Hi, this is Chris Thrawn from Texas A&M University, Central Texas. I'm an associate professor in the math department, and I'm going to talk to you today about what you need to succeed in higher math. What I mean by this is what you need to succeed in upper level math courses, but also in understanding and enjoying higher mathematics in general. Because of course the point of the course is not just to pass the course and succeed in the course, is to gain knowledge and understanding, appreciation, and enjoyment of this field, higher mathematics. So I'm going to make a comparison of two analogies. Learning math is like learning to play a musical instrument. That's one comparison. I'm going to discuss several implications of that statement. Also, learning math is like learning a language. That also says something about learning math, how to do it, how to go about it, and what are effective techniques. So math is like music. Okay? Math requires technique. Okay? So, for instance, if you play piano, you know that you have to play scales. Da, 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 da. Now, if you can't play scales, you just can't play piano. You also have chords. If you can't play chords, you can't play the piano. No matter how much you like music, no matter how interested you are in music, or how much you feel music, if you don't have the technique, you simply can't play piano. This is students' number one problem. Students cannot do algebra reliably and confidently. So the course starts with a boot camp where you will get your basics in shape. This is really very important to get these foundations in shape. We talk about boot camp, that's what you do in the Army. You get your body basically in shape. Then you can be a good soldier. You could compare this also with playing sport like basketball. If you don't have the basic skills like shooting, dribbling, you just can't play. It's just not possible. So it's very important to develop these basic techniques. Very, very important. Okay. So there will be a test on basics during the second week of class. Maybe second or third week, but certainly there will be a test on basics at the very beginning. If you can't pass this test, you're strongly encouraged to unregister from the course. And I emphasize strongly, if you don't have the foundations in place, then really there's not much point in your taking the rest of the class. You're building your house on sand. You should go back and prepare yourself sufficiently. Okay. Now, techniques takes practice. If you learn an instrument, you have to practice. If you become a basketball player, you have to practice. This is extremely important. There's no substitute for practice. None. So the way to practice effectively, there's also a technique in that. You set a regular time. It has to be a discipline. You eat every day about the same time, and your body gets accustomed to it. It adjusts. You become healthy. If you eat at different times every day, you sleep at different times every day, your body doesn't know what's going on, you do not have a healthy lifestyle. So set a regular time. I suggest an hour a day. Make it a habit. Put it into your schedule. Learning mathematics is not something that you can fit in the cracks of a busy schedule. You have to intentionally make time. If you don't, I guarantee you, you will fail. You do have a busy life, that's true. I understand you may have a job, you may have other kids, you have other courses, you may have other family commitments. But this is a part of a commitment if you're taking this course. You have to put in the requisite effort in order to succeed. Okay. If you get stuck, then get help. Don't delay. Sometimes students will get stuck on something, and then they just say, well, I can't make any progress. They sit there and they hope for a miracle. Miracles will not happen. If you need help, get help. Math is a social endeavor. I'll talk more about that later. You can always email me or reach me on Google Hangouts. And the information for that is in the course syllabus. Okay. Sometimes students will say, well, I don't even know what to email. I don't know where to begin. So just email this. I don't understand exercise 1.2. Can you help me get started? That's fine. All right. And if email is not enough, we go up to an internet call where I can demonstrate on the whiteboard, we can talk, we can interact, and you can get unstuck. This is very important. So that was my first comparison. Math is like music. Math is also like a language. Now, math is a language about speaking about reality. Math describes the way things behave. Math is the language of physics, language of engineering, the language of all of science. Now, the purpose of any language is communication. So math learning is often presented as something you just do by yourself. You learn from a lecture, or you can learn from a video, you watch somebody do it, and then you imitate. No, you don't learn math this way. Absolutely not. Unfortunately, that's the norm, but it's just not true. Any language involves speaking, listening, and writing. Imagine someone learning English who can only write. They don't know English. They don't know English at all. They know one aspect, but they are not proficient in English. If you can't do all three, you don't understand math. Now, you need to be able both to do exercises and to interact with someone else in a mathematical way, both speaking and listening. So please take advantage of the opportunities in this class for mathematical interaction. We have internet, which makes communication very easy. So you can also communicate with other students. Now, this is a very valuable and important way of learning because, as I said, since math is a language, it's a social activity. You may work together on assignments. Sometimes it's preferable to go to another student than to the instructor because the other student may understand better what you don't understand. They have a more similar attitude, more similar outlook. It's easier for instructors to take things for granted that they already know, and that might just be the thing that you don't understand, but the instructor doesn't appreciate that. Now, those of us who are instructors try to take account for this, but we always have our blind spots. So if you find another student that you work together well with, I strongly encourage you that you work together frequently. All right, thank you for listening. So let's get started.